Welcome back to another video, everyone. This is my session from Tuesday, squat and bench, and added accessories from Wednesday. This is the video I said I was going to post today. Like I said, I'm only posting my comp videos, like the ones that actually matter with the comp plates and the heavy days, which is Monday, Tuesday. And this session was really horrible. Like, I say that because I'm like, squat is my go-to lift. That's my best lift, but every single warm-up felt heavy, and I don't know what it was. Like, it was just... like, everything felt heavy. The first one, I always go with 165, which is one red. Since it's a squat bar, it weighs 55 pounds. That's why it's 165 instead of 155. And since that warm-up, I usually don't warm up with the bar. I warm up just air squats, and it just everything felt heavy. I didn't feel myself, and my knees, man, like, watching this, like, now, I notice how much my knees flare. Like, they cave in, not flare. How much my knees cave in when I squat. And that had been happening since my prep for the Dallas meet. That one wasn't so bad, but I noticed my right side is worse than my left side. And it's funny because when I'm squatting, I feel it more on my left side, that side caving in more. But it's actually my right one. You can see right there. They both do, but the right one looks like it wants to kiss my left knee. And, that just sucks knowing that, like, the squat is the one that progresses the best for me, and it's my most comfortable, my dominant lift, but it sucks knowing that my knees cave in all the time. And this is not my top single. It was 390, but I just didn't feel confident. 390, I mean, that's enough for me to ask for a spot. I didn't need it, but man, it was like an 8. It looked like a 10 though. It was like an 8, but this one, sadly, the 402, it sucked because the week before I did 413 and I had to go down 11 pounds, and that sucks because it just wasn't as smooth at all. So I stopped here. I was even thinking of stopping at 390 because I just wanted RPE base 8, and this wasn't an 8. The 390 wasn't an 8. This was a 9, and this one was actually hard. Coming out of the hole was super hard, but on the way up was actually easy, but I'm gonna call it a 9 because it just wasn't the same as the week before, and it wasn't the same weight, 413 or heavier, and it just wasn't a good day. Everything was off. It wasn't an 8 like I wanted. So I just give myself 9s on every single warm-up and that top single I did. And I 363 on my working sets, 5x3. Okay, everything does look like a 10, honestly. Like, my friend who always works out with me, even he didn't believe me. He asked me, like, after my second set, I think, I'm not sure which set, second or third, like, how hard it was it. Like, RPE-wise, I told him 8, and he was giving me a grin, like, that looked hard. But it really, honestly, every single one was an 8, and every set got better. Like, that set looked okay to me. But I was debating on I did want a 5x3 with this weight going into the workout. But I was thinking, let's just do 4x3 because it was so hard, like that top single. But I wanted to redeem myself and do a 5x3 since the single sucked so bad. And honestly, the working sets weren't that bad. I know they look like RP 10, but they really weren't that bad at all. I think that set looked good, but the one before that looked better. But my third one was probably my best. So, it wasn't that bad of a day. It was just my top single on squat, my lift, that I'm so obsessed with. And bench was actually pretty good because I suck at bench. And I love benching, but, I'm not good at it, and I know that. So, considering that, I think bench went pretty good. I did 254 top single last week, but I didn't have any lift-offs. So, 254 top single it wasn't so bad without a lift-off, but it wasn't very paused, obviously. It was like a tiny pause, and it was hard. I got stuck in the middle. But this bench today, it was same, and I knew I was going to have a lift-off. Like, no matter what, I wasn't going to be, not shy, but, I wasn't going to be standoffish. I was going to ask someone, but, owner was there. The owner was there, and he gave me one, and he gives probably the best lift-offs in that gym. My friend had just left, and I would say it's probably equal to last week, or this one was a little better. But like I said, I say equal because I had a lift-off this week, and it wasn't as slow. I mean, it wasn't the best top single, that's for damn sure. I still did 254, and it paused longer, but like I said, I have a lift-off, and I'm better with lift-offs. I prefer it. I always have lift-offs when it's, like, heavy, and especially if it's a top single. So I'm going to go with it was easier. I'm going to give it, I'll still call it a 9, which sucks. I didn't want a 9, but it was easier than last week. This is the last warm-up before it. It's 243. That one was real smooth. That one was, easy. I would say 8. 7, 8. I don't know, 7.5. This one's the 254. It was, let's just go with 9, but it was for sure better than last week because I paused it, and I just the fact that I had a lift up. But I say 9. Like, all my training stuff, like singles, have been 9s, and I know I'm kind of rushing. The 5x3, that one was okay. It's 221. But like I said, I know I've been rushing because I do want to deadlift 500. I don't even think that's going to happen, honestly. March 14th is my meet. I don't think it's going to happen by then. By Nationals, it should 100% happen if I don't get injured. I just want 500 deadlift, and I'm so close. Like, I've done 480 in comp twice, it just didn't count. And I've done, the 480 is the most I've done. I've done it in the gym. It was pretty damn clean. So, of course, 20 pounds is a big difference. But, you know, every prep, you expect more and more. So, like, I'm not that far away. And I remember one time I did 415. This was late April, almost May. And then I did a 3-month prep, like my own 3-month prep. And I did 455. I was like, I want to do what my friend did last time. He did 455 last time. And then he went from 455 to 500. I went 415 to 455, and that was 40-pound gain for me, 50 for him. No, almost 50 for him. 45-pound for him, like a 46-pound PR, and for me 40. So I always think, of course, I was weaker back then, and those are easy numbers, but I always expect to do something around that, like a 20-pound PR. But I know obviously, the heavier you start lifting, the more difficult it becomes. So I just need to know that I think 485 is good for me. I was talking about my limits last video, but 485 is good for me considering everything be even, as in I'm projecting 440 squat on my meeting on, damn, I sound like that pig from Looney Tunes. My meet in March 14th, I'm expecting 440. 265 bench or 270, one of those two is what I want. And probably 485 deadlift. You know, I would love to think that 501 will happen, but I'm going to go I'll be a little conservative. I think every meet, you should be a little conservative if you're not breaking any records or going to nationals. And to qualify for nationals, it's really just 1131 total, so I have nothing to worry about. I've done it before. My meet in August before Dallas in October, I could have done that one. You know, just a bad day, you know, judging wise, but I'm just going to blame myself for that. I'm not going to blame the judges. It's a bad day on my half, and it was a bad day in October, but I did 1140, but it wasn't drug tested. So I really have nothing to lose at this meet because 1131 is just so easy, and I can, worst case scenario, if I feel any tightness, any injuries, like any, you know, some kind of like mild injuries that I feel coming, that'll like affect my performance on meet day, I can always just qualify, sandbag the living shit out of it. Of course, I do want to improve every single meet. My last total was 1140. Of course, that was 6 for 9, 1140, so that's not my true potential. So I at least want to do better than that. 1200 would be nice, but that wouldn't be an easy total. So I think, you know, going all out for nationals would be better. And there is another national. There's a few nationals this year. There's a class 1 total nationals, which is a 1280 total. Not saying I'll qualify for that. And there's IPL Worlds. It'd be nice to end up doing that, which would be in November. The Worlds would be in, I think Costa Mesa. Man, I forgot where. Somewhere by Riverside, California, that I do know. Whatever that city's called. I forgot what it's called. But that will be November. And then there's Worlds in England and Canada. And there's also just nationals. There's one in Alabama. So I do want to do another nationals and another nationals, but if I want to do a class 1 total, I'd have to do 1280 before that meet. Obviously, you have to qualify first for the class 1, but right now I'm just at class 2 total, and I'm probably shooting for, I don't know, my goal kind of is to do 500 squat in July at nationals and do 1280 at nationals, so I could qualify for nationals at nationals, which means I would qualify for a class 1 total at the class 2 total nationals in July. That one's just the easy total, and I want to qualify for the other one at that one. Maybe Worlds. Like, if I do the 1280, I could do Worlds in November, and that'd be nice. I really do think I can do it. If I don't, I mean, there's always next year, and it sucks if I don't do it as soon as possible, but there is always next year. There's no rush. I'm fine. Like, I didn't even have the class 1 total in my mind. I just had the class 2 total. So, you know, the fact that I have Worlds in my mind, it sucks that if I don't make it, if that happens, that would suck so bad. But, you know, there's a lot of meets, there's a lot of time. Powerlifting is chess, not checkers. So I got plenty of time. And that's pretty much wraps up the video. These are just my accessories from the next day, Wednesday, because, you know, I'm there so long. Tuesday, squatting and benching take 2 hours, and there's a time limit. I want to respect the gym, and I do have a home gym. So with that being said, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and see you next video.